He does good hugs.
Little guy. Off I go.
All right. Hold on, take a picture of Papa first and then I'll get the ball, okay? Hold on a minute. What was that?
Look at the wheels of the car.
Oh,
You
is
see
it
him?
bad? Uh-oh. We can't tell him, can we? Why is it doing that?
No idea.
Wheels were doing, tell me what the wheels were doing.
No.
Come on.
This.
They were.
Just
And you
pass
got a
it.
ball?
Pass it. Throw, you dork.
I'm glad I got that word on this camera.
I hate you, JC.
Oh.
I hate you. Alrighty then.
There's a cute Justin.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious.
Or
Backlighting.
record or something?
Yeah.
All right, so then.
Nothing in the house.
This is on its way. There you go. Now it's recording. The only other thing you might want to do is zoom in and zoom out with this. See this thing?
So now push down. Come on. Again. Tracy, now you're on Dave. Can shoot the ball again. Come on. Show me how. Wow. Wow. Sabrina, hi. Follow like Sabrina. Wat een Tracy, ja. Tracy, come on. Niks te weer, ja. Tracy. Hi.
Und los
Woo!
Wow,
Wow, nice Tracy.
Put two to chase it. Da geht's mit einem. Die Mutter hat gesagt, da ist 2 Spielen dort, so zu viel.
Hi Tracy.
Put two bist du drin. Du bist schon gescheit, er ist ja nicht dumm. Kindergarten so blöd, Tante, du bist schon gescheit Kind. Ein großes. Er ist ja nicht klein und dumm. Dumm wird besser.
Will you get him Tracy? Get him
Mutter hat
Tracy.
gesagt, für den roten Wochen. Mutter hat schon. Oh ja. Da bin ich, kannst du fangen und dann geht's weiter, weg. Oh ja, das muss ich nicht mal sagen. Bitte schön. Robert, dann so die Licht gleich geht's?
Ja, die schreien sowas kommen auch.
Geh weg, Vater, bist du ganz gescheit. Das habe ich gesehen.
Hey, it's what phone number?
Is nu een kastel drin, das Foto? Robert. Robert, was nu im Kastel ist?
Say something, Tracy.
Nope.
What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, guys? Huh? Eating?
Jeg er med løsstein med papir.
I told you, you should eat so many candies.
Men hvad kan jeg så have på opgaven og rejse med first? I can't see those.
Tracy, Sabrina. Yeah? Ja, maar even lachen. Daarbij. Zit je gefilmd?
Musst du etwas tun,
Waar ben je? Dat is de auto. Is het voor een minuut?
Ja.
Ganz kurz dann gehen, dann geht
Dat is een chaser of zo.
Ach so, nu Jesse?
Ja.
Mhm. Dit is ook iets van. Waar ben je? Wat moet die geven? Ik was wel aan.
Sabrina.
Sabrina, ja, ich wollte noch mal schön. Sabrina, da hast du was da.
Nee. Nee, ja.
Komm mich an.
Das tut auch ganz gut.
Das ist gut, ja, nichts mehr. Ist weg. Mhm. Mhm. Hi, hi. Ich möchte wieder essen, ja.
Tschüssi. Justin, see you.
Kom, ik heb meer gesproken.
Lena. Lena. And Jamie, the racer. Wow. And Chase is on the way home. Lena. And Chase on the way back. Tracy. Tracy, drive through with me. Come on, drive. Don't question me, don't question me. I'm recording. Okay. Jamie, now our football player Jamie John.
It's the 21st. Hey!
Bro, ball is coming. Go! Running. Sabrina. Holy Jamie.
The stupid.
Justin. Whoa.
Oh, but it's my mom. Let me have it.
Huh? Yeah. Chasey.
Robert, give me it.
Yes.
Oh, dude. I'll get it for you.
Ah, Ferrer, das ist ne?
Nah, los. Justin, Chasey, okay?
Oh, ik ben geloof ook steenbollen, hè?
And touchdown, Jamie. get it. Chase is running. Tracy, get it. And... Ooh.
Tracy, turn it. Oh, strike.
Jaså,
Not board.
fick snart. Men känner
Board.
ta hit så har vi ställt.
Record. Oh, woo! Next one. And next. More. Take this one, Chan.
Ja, geil. Nu kan det.
Wat ik zei, dit is slow up. Doe maar met me.
Ja,
Wat doe je?
Ja. Men känner. Liksom, vi fick en dålig här större. Så in det va?
Okay. Hey, I'm the one.
Au, så blir det här. Han kör in med filmen.
Oh! Oh!
Vad sa var det för liksom?
Listen, Baba, listen. And another one. Can I try next one? Spring weg ervan. Sorry? Spring weg ervan. Weg ervan.
Så blir det väcker den här.
Weg ervan. Weg.
Det väcker Christian Hopp.
Sorry. Stop het zo wel.
Justin, don't put
My
that there.
glove
I'll
is
be very
signed.
angry. Get your hand out of it.
I'm just saying that my glove is signed. It's the one first.
Oh, the bugs are coming out. I can feel them. JC Jordan.
My big paw.
Careful.
Jamie.
Jamie, where's Sabrina? There she is.
Come on,
Det är
now.
risken för huvudet.
JC, don't swing that bat with her around.
Yeah, on your.
No. We're the one Sabrina.
Sabrina.
We'll watch these tonight. We can watch these tonight.
Watch out, Jason.
No.
Hey, JC, I want you and Sabrina to get on the bikes. Can you get on the bikes?
Sabrina vill åka till snabbt.
Go on the bike.
No.
Yeah. You've been doing it the whole time.
Hey, hey.
Can I get you what?
That ball.
No, I can't.
Come on, stretch it.
Because I'm on the
Stretch it.
camera.
Ah.
She knows.
Sorry, Tim. Oh, again.
Now. This is the one I like now.
Wow. I don't like this. Oh, sorry, Jamie.
JC, be careful with that bat.
Sabrina, get back to the car.
Sabrina väcker det. Du skissar på kroppen
Come on,
bara.
Jamie. Go. Ah!
Ah! Can you hit her?
Nice. Okay. Man, I hit the board.
Maybe.
Nada.
Sabrina och väcker.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, yeah. Nada. Oh, someone already. Oh, okay. You don't know. Wow.
Yes! Woohoo!
Oh, okay. Wow.
Still got it.
Lovely. Woo!
someone.
Yes, I will tell him.
Ik kan het gewoon, ja. Op een hele drukte.
Ja, dat is echt.
Ja, zo goed. Zwaar zo. Nee.
Wow.
Goed zo, wat zo.
Ja.
Zo hard, dat doen we zo vandaag.
Ja.
Zo hard. Zo, afgetje. Hard zo. Zo hard.
Ja.
Nou maar, kom. Ja,
It's great.
Dit?
I got.
Wauw!
Oh,
Wauw.
wow.
Wait to see.
Robert, I think you got a team started. Get your big ball out. Nice.
It's easier with the big one, isn't it?
Did she do it, JC? Did she do it, honey?
Yep. He put it in here.
She put it in the hole?
Yep. In the little hole.
You showed her how to do that, huh?
No one.
These two kids have played so well together. It's been great. You played so well together, you guys.
I know.
I know. She's become your friend. We'll have to write.
Oh. Where'd that go?
Behind you. Didn't it?
No.
Oh, there it is.
Why don't you have your back? That.
Yeah, don't do it to some. Don't point it at somebody, okay? Because that could hurt.
You have one. Gonna hurt Jace. Yeah. Gonna hurt you.
Don't hurt him.
Why not?
Ah,
Why are you making it go forward?
I didn't mean to. I messed up. I like that shirt. Who picked that shirt out? You did.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, blow a candle.
Oh, yeah.
All of
Make
them?
a wish.
No, get them just.
I forgot to make a wish. Sorry.
Make a wish quick.
Okay.
Did you get them?
What's your girlfriend's first name? What's your girlfriend's first name?
There's Jamie's kid.
Hey,
Where's
Chase,
JC?
you
Oh my
got my
God,
girl
we forgot him.
Chase.
Can you go let him? Where is he?
He's downstairs.
Changing.
JC! Come here, you gotta get some cake.
Hit it. Oh.
Amy, do you know who uses those?
Wasn't it?
You know who uses those?
What? Sounds like
You know who
Play-Doh.
uses one of those? Picture.
I know. How'd you guess? I have this Gene. Hit Robert. Hit Robert and David. These are guys. That's mine. This is yours. Mm-hmm.
What is it? Oh, Legos.
Guys.
Yeah, we love Legos.
Oh, this is guys. This is all
Oh,
guys.
guys, we need guys. We're always fighting over guys.
Yeah, they're mine. Oh, I think I
Who gave you that?
Patrick.
Patrick, that was great.
Let me see that. You almost killed me. I'll take them. Open Mr. McDowell. Let me just see it for a minute. Rip it. Wow, I just got in front of the camera. Like the Cowboys football, Justin Gunn.
Justin, you
When
asked
I'm playing outside. Just open mine. Let me try. Right here. Let me try. Give me that. Let me try. Where do this? I got it.
beautiful out. I can't believe it. Look at these guys. Ooh! Who's
Go
that?
again, guys. Guys. Quick, sorry.
Stand back.
Hey, Tracy, go to the side, no, outside. Trust me. Ready, guys?
Hold on.
Jamie, don't hold your boobs.
Alright, guys. Hey, guys.
Hold on. I need to go.
Let's try it square. You?
Who's that under the black ninja suit?
Right.
You're the only face we can't see. Is that Jay?
Go the gap, sir.
Jay Houseman.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I gotta find
Help him out, Allie. All the Fellinis around here. Good, Alex.
Go, come on, Justin. Go, Ben. That was good.
Watch out. Pay attention to the ball, Dave.
Go, Justin. This is October 27th, 8th, 9th, 9th, 30th, and Justin's last soccer game. Go, Justin! Oh! Justin's last soccer game.
Come on, Allie. That's the way.
Okay.
I got Justin pretty good.
Daniel.
Where's Justin? Come on, Josh.
Come on, Allie.
Mom, are you me?
Yeah?
Are you my dad?
I'm your dad, sweetie
Don't
pie.
talk tough.
Come on, Allie.
Alex, stay on your side. John, you stay on
Hey, Coach Gardy, and I want to thank you for a great season. We had a lot of fun this fall. I hope to see you all in the springtime. Tomorrow night is sign-up, by the way. So we hope everybody learned a lot about soccer, and we hope that you won't forget what you learned. We certainly had a fun season. We did score a lot of goals. And I'm going to present now, instead of patches this year, we have these great, instead of trophies, we have these great patches. You put them on your jacket or on your shirt. You can wear them proudly, okay? First one's John Gardy. Where are you, John? Here you go, John. Stand up and get this. Boy. You're welcome. Let's give him a round of applause. Paul Dormers.
All right, Paul.
Justin Jordan.
Good, Justin.
There you go, Justin. Dylan McDermott. Alex Bennett.
All right, Almighty.
Julia Mancuso. Emily Cody.
What holiday is it, you guys? I'm not quite sure.
Halloween.
Oh, how could I guess? How couldn't I guess that? You look great. And Justin's got a bald head he's gonna put on, right? And a cape.
Where is it, Justin?
I don't know. There's Nan.
I'll have to see it.
Do you want to put your cape on? This old man, Jamie, get out! Look at JC! Look at that skeleton! He's a
Want the
scary
helmet,
guy.
JC? Do you want your helmet?
Justin, that old man. Looks great. Where's the fat man? Oh my gosh, look at that belly on you.
Ho, take out your cigar, Justin. Take out your cigar, honey.
And there's Nan. Nan got dressed up as Nan. That's what I
I'm
do.
dressed up as Nan, the sweatshirt, with glasses, and me.
That's okay. All right, I'll look one more place for glasses, you guys.
Yeah, okay, let me look them. It's getting a little bit cooler, so it's nice.
You
You
look
look
great, you
adorable,
guys.
you guys.
Face looks great. Woo! Pretty good.
Just climb up here. Come around the other. Go
What a day. Let's see, Robert today sprained his ankle, so we've got crutches. Here goes Justin. And Scott's here, which is great. What's it, November 9th, 1994. Look at this, I gotta get further back. It does look funny. Are you making it go or is he doing it, Justin? I know.
Boom. Boom.
Oops, sorry, Jake.
Okay, here we go.
JC, did you just have a
I
turn
gotcha.
doing it? Did you have a turn doing that?
Yeah, you did.
Probably hard. Jamie Boy, how are you? Turn around, cutie pie.
Hold on. Just a little tad more. Where'd the scoop go?
That's all major sugar.
I know it.
Think Robert's away?
Oh! JC! Hi, how you doing? Scott again.
Scott again?
And we're going in to Roberto's room. This is Jamie, by the way, of course. One and only. We will knock on the famous Conrad door. And there's the famous handle. Let's go see. Robert, can I come in? Let's see the famous Conrad. Look at Robert. He's watching the old boob tube. Let's see your foot. I don't want to smell it, I want to see it. And we will, whoa, yuck, fungi. And we will get out of his room and go see what the family is doing. Wait, I forgot. There's one beautiful one.
No, thanks.
Yo, why?
Shaw's
beautiful mom. They're the all stupid Justin. The all beautiful mom.
Hey.
Where's that? So there.
Hey, we should take it up and do it in the tub. Can we take you guys in the tub? I mean, not in the tub, but hey.
He sees her. Whoa, look at her eyes. What big eyes you have. What yellow teeth.
Oh,
You're on.
I'm not a dweeb. I'm just a sucker with no dolphin. No.
What an idiot.
Yeah!
Oh,
I'm on again?
no, you're
Yes,
on.
I am. I can tell the light's on. It's a little dark in here.
Whoa, whoa.
Pop those heads up. Who's in that bed? I'm hiding, and no one knows where. I can't even see your feet and your hair. Is there anybody under that bed? Hey,
They
guys.
can't decide who's gonna go first.
Justin, you go first.
Hey, what's going on there?
There's a head. Oh, there's a head.
There's the head.
JC, there's a head. There's a Come on, JC, get that head up here. Jamie's head. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to come over there so I can see that head. Where's that little head? Oh, feet. Uh-oh. Whose feet are those? Let's see.
JC's feet will
Here they come. Oh, there's JC's feet. Oh, there's JC. Whoops, there a head? I thought I saw a head for a minute. You guys, all right.
My shoes on. Just kind of.
They're all disappearing. Hello.
I can't believe how many are here.
There's quite a few.
What do you think?
It's a half day and we have 10 kids, or maybe more, at our house on South Street. I think some are already at the basketball field. Not exactly sure. This is our house on 74 South Street. The newest house, as the boys say. Right near the high school and the junior high. You see all the kids down here. Got quite a crew playing basketball. Or it's football. Okay, this is our newest house, and actually, I'm taking pictures on a day when I have had, kind of looking messy a little bit, I've had 10, 11, 12, 13 or something like that, boys here for lunch, a half day of school. This is our living room, dining room. China cabinet, furniture. JC's Power Ranger. Nice big rooms, comfortable.
see me. All right, we're attempting to buy a Christmas tree, right?
I found it.
We gotta go the other side, though.
What are you doing?
Yeah, they look pretty nice. You guys gotta go look at them and find a pretty, relatively tall one. And you guys, you're not helping. Oh, so you can, what have you guys been doing? Oh, great.
Eating the pie.
All right, Robert and Jamie found a couple good trees. Right here, this one right here, Justin. Look at that.
This one?
Yeah.
This big thing?
You like that or you don't like it?
Yeah. Look at me.
Come here. Don't break it off.
Right. That one.
That huge, that's pretty big.
This tree is
And this is just a little piece of it.
All right, let's look at this one.
It is.
No, don't take them apart.
This is my second one.
So I can get as tall as I want, huh?
Oh!
James,
Pretty man.
what do you think?
Robert, look at this.
This one's beautiful, but it's his face. His face.
It might be fat, yeah, it might be fatter
This
than
isn't
it.
either. Pretty
Justin, you
man.
guys have to help decide here. You're not helping.
Yeah, I picked that one right
Oh, wait, look
there.
at the one Justin's got, Jamie's got.
That one's
This one
thick.
is also fat. Look.
Yeah, it is fat.
On this
Wanna
side,
come-
we can.
Very fat.
We have to.
The horse is trying to play.
He's good. Go all the way. Touchdown.
Because it's straight around. It's not like this style one. It hangs around. Like this style one.
Well, this will, it'll go down.
That could be our
I know,
tree.
but this is like
This could be our tree. Yeah.
everyone.
Look at this, man.
Look at that one.
Hi, need any help?
Oh, yes. Hey, how about this one? Right? These ones are good. Yeah. We all do.
Probably not too fat, but I'm not sure if they're all fat.
He could go all the way. Touchdown. Ice gas. Smell the gas? Ice gas. Smell the food?
This one's not fat. You don't like it because the needles are so small.
Like it?
This one? You have to help decide.
This tree.
Hello.
Not fat, yeah.
Justin, get out of the
You don't
way.
like it? You got, Justin, you have to give your opinion here. Come here. Look at that tree. You like that?
Smile.
No. You don't like that? Not at all? You like this one better?
How much is it? How much is it?
This one's 28.
28? Now it is. Alright, so you're okay with that tree?
Mom, give me it.
JC, you okay?
I thought it was on.
Robert's okay with that tree? Jamie's okay with that tree?
Mommy, Mom, give me it. Mom, give me
Take
it.
your hand in a minute.
Mom, give me it. Give me it.
You want to do what?
Mom, give me
You're
it.
going to have to talk
I want to
about
go in the green.
Yeah, okay.
Mom, give me it.
No,
Mom,
no, Mom's going to do it for
give
me.
me it. Give me it. When I say give me it, you better give Look at that turn. Like, you can go over here.
Christmas Eve in my hometown. Everybody's been helping decorate here. Where's JC doing? Right? Sorry, Justin's on the phone with Jay.
I'm gonna make
My decorator boy.
Christmas.
Decorating.
Oh, God. Broken. Hey, don't lick it. Mom, Jamie licked it.
I know.
That's
I
caught him though. Somebody's gonna eat that one that he licked and not be happy about it maybe.
He's gonna eat it right now. I eat the green. I don't think I should.
JC, you gotta come in and decorate.
This is Jamie.
You're so good at it though. I know, but you can you do some more?
No.
Will you do one more so I can get a movie of it?
No.
But you did such a nice job.
And this is gonna be a super green one.
I love it.
Mom, in a minute.
Jamie has to do 5 more at least.
1 minute.
Because I need help. Okay.
Okay.
And there's our tree. What are you doing in there?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. And who's in there with you? I think I know. I think it's Robert playing on the computer.
Ita, you have first make.
Okay guys, you can come down. It's Christmas, 1994. And there are some presents here. Santa Claus came. It's awfully dark in here. Where are the boys?
Go, JC. JC, go.
Someone coming around the corner? There's a boy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
This isn't Happy New Year yet. It's Christmas Eve today.
It's right. It is technically, that's right. But for us, it's our Christmas. Now I wonder if that's where Santa. I don't think Santa Claus came in there though. See if you can find something somewhere else.
Whoa.
Cool. Whoa, cool. Fix the bike. Happy birthday.
JC, you think that's for you? Cool.
That's awesome.
Is it up to Jamie? Is it nice?
Yes.
Justin, what'd you get?
But you got this for us.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. What is it?
I can't. Oh, this. That's mine.
No, that's. Is that whose is that? I thought that was mine. I think I got
Bob's.
Yeah, I think I got something.
To Mom from Santa.
Not so close.
Is that for him?
Yeah.
He always gets the baseball card.
Don't wait. I don't think you should open it like that. What did you get, Jace? Oh my gosh, a video.
Hold on, the spot.
I want to see your notes, Justin.
He did.
JC, one at a time. One at a time. Is that yours? Yeah, that's yours. Okay, go ahead. Look at that.
Cut. Action. Cut. Slice.
Who's that from?
Hold on.
That's from
Mama.
Mom, from Jamie. From Jamie.
Cut.
For me, the Almighty.
Got it from the $1 shop.
Oh, you're kidding. This is beautiful too. Look at that. Little dish.
Little dish. That's what I thought. Slip.
Isn't it pretty? Thank you guys. This is great. And then we gotta go find.
Uh-oh, it's going off.
Well, then that's all. Stupid thing. I just charged it the other day.
Now we're gonna
our one and only first snowstorm of the year. And I see Justin's at a friend's house. And I don't know where Jamie went. Now I found him. I may have gone in to look for the sled. These two have been out for almost an hour. Having a great old time. It is really, really snowing. Probably hear the wind blowing in. I hope you can hear the laughter in there. Jamie's awfully good with his brother. He's a little hard on Justin, but maybe that's to be expected. But a wonderful, loving brother to JC.
Okay, play foul, play. Turn around, guys, turn around. Rebound.
don't go any farther. All right, what is it? Easter morning, 1995. And actually, it's a day early because all three boys are going to their dad's house for Easter. And Mom is going to Phoenix and Chicago. So the Easter Bunny, luckily, came a day early at our house.
Okay.
We're at Jamie. We've got to wait for Jamie to come down. Hold on.
Yeah.
Come on, Jamie. They're going to go if you don't come.
Mom, we're going.
Jamie,
What?
they're going to go if you don't
I'm
come.
trying to get my
Mom, I'm going.
Just wait.
stuff on. You told me it's cold. I'm getting my stuff on. Wait.
Better move fast. They're getting down. Okay.
Come on, Justin.
Come on.
Cool.
Come on, go. JC, come on down. See if you let JC find some, Justin. Actually, go find your baskets first. That's what I think you should do.
JC.
Go find a basket, Justin, first. First, you're going to drop everything. Go find the basket first. You're dropping everything. Go find your basket in the other room. Go in the other room now, quick. See if you can find a basket. JC, I see a basket over there.
I see a
That's yours. That's yours, yeah.
Yeah, it's Justin.
Justin find his basket? Cool, and he can put his stuff in the basket. See if you find more eggs, Jace.
Oh. Huh?
Do you see any? Look, Jace.
Where?
I think there's one. Can I pick it up? I can't pick it up.
Find your basket, Jamie.
This is all my stuff.
No, find your basket first.
Oh, I don't know where it is.
There.
Cool.
Yes.
That's it, JC.
Those
That's your
are mine.
basket.
Those are mine.
Good, JC. Come in, yeah. Whoops, pick them up.
Come on. Everything is all so small. JC
You know, you gotta have a bigger basket next time, don't
JC
you?
has mine.
No, you got this one.
Yeah, mine.
Find some more
Come on, Jace.
eggs.
Oh, there's one.
Hey, JC.
I haven't got one piece of candy.
Now, one of the things you have to do is look inside those eggs, I think. Yeah,
Mom.
Jace.
Mom, I'll give her one. I'll get all three too. Thanks, JC. Mom, I give her one.
That's nice. See if there's some more. Let's see. I think I see a few more here. Oh. Yeah.
It wasn't my fault that Justin has all that.
There's some that are higher. For big kids.
Where?
Look. Another one. Good.
Where?
Now, I
JC.
think
Oh, I see one. Get the one.
the Phoenix shirts.
Phoenix.
The boys just got back from a great vacation.
Did more
Dad and Nan.
for free.
Look at the Phoenix shirts and Mom.
Phoenix.
Phoenix hat. Justin, whose hat is yours again? Who's the guy?
AC Green. Joe
No,
Dumas.
Joe Dumas. Jason.
Mom, look. For
Jason's
free.
got-
Dad, Marley.
Yeah, Marley. Oh, you guys are so cute in those shirts. I love them.
Okay, Mom, you gotta watch me. You gotta
Finish your
key on me. Key on me. I'm gonna
All
slam.
right, here we go. The slam dunk.
Oh!
One time, I'm too close.
Alrighty then. I got it back. Here we go.
Oh, what a slam dunk. Look at that. The shirt did it. This is JC as goalie for the outdoor hockey that we have. Here's Greg Kristoff, who's JC's buddy. Jay, Justin, Andrew, Tony, and playing with his dad right now.
but it doesn't really matter. Uh-oh. Try not to, but it's okay. Good one. Go down, JC. You get
Mr.
Galen
Blansworth
and Jake
happened
Justin.
to overhear. He said,
This is JC's birthday party, and he's taking his own pictures right now.
said Miss Nelson,
Happy birthday.
and she wasted no time getting home, said the voice at the other
She
end.
said, happy birthday.
The next day,
Happy birthday.
Mr. Blansworth announced that there would be football practice as usual.
Whoever it is,
Said the guys.
let's really give him the business.
The doors to Coach's office flew open, and out stepped a lady in an ugly black dress,
My name is Viola Swamp,
said the lady.
and I'm here to get results.
It's Blansworth.
Take a
And
picture
they
of me.
laughed him off the field.
Oh, right.
It's just
Recording now. All ready to record? Oh, this is, don't do it yet. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear JC. Happy birthday to you. Blowing.
I'm getting JC's head.
Wow, no, hey, he did it.
I missed it, Mom. I missed it.
Is that what you were doing? You were pretending? You were pretending, you're silly. He was just mouthing it. Don't get it so close. Stand back, please.
I'm sorry, that football player. Mommy, me is going like this.
There's our beautiful Justin. There's
All right,
our
I'm gonna
beautiful
stand-
cat.
Get back in your chair.
JC, there's
You're too close.
No.
You know
I
what?
like that cup. But Mom, it smells.
Michael French, you want some juice?
No.
No, okay. All right, who's gonna have ice cake and ice cream? Oh, I'm impressed.
I want cake. But I don't want those.
You don't want cake, Galen? Or you don't want ice cream?
I don't want ice cream.
All
Why?
right, Daniel
I
just
don't
wants
want
cake.
ice cream. Why? Hey, I don't want it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mom, what did you say? I want cake. I want cake.
You said cake only, right?
Cake.
Again, this spoon is from French Lick, Indiana, where Larry Bird is from. My grandmother's. Isn't that weird?
Really?
Solid silver. Yeah, she grew up
This is from
in Indiana. Pretty bizarre.
Me.
Okay.
She grew up
Galen,
in
you want cake and ice
Ohio.
cream? Cake and ice cream? Just cake.
Just
Or just ice cream? You want just ice cream?
No, I don't like.
You don't like ice cream? Do you like cake?
I like that, but not the chocolate chip.
There's not too many in it. Try a little bit so you can dig around it.
No.
Do you want ice cream with your cake too?
No, I don't need to get ice cream.
You don't want any?
You don't want
cake?
either one, Michael? No cake?
Sure? Okay.
I'll have a couple slices of cake.
And ice cream?
You can have everybody else's.
Okay. And
No way. No way.
Galen, you want to try a little bit of ice cream?
No.
Not even a little? I can't believe it. Do you want a piece?
Not yet.
Are you still taking it?
Yep.
No, turn it on. Why don't you turn it on?
Okay.
Dad, here's the money. Alright. Mom, you want to see what time I JC. Oh, tall purple.
Game? What's making your lips purple? How come your lips are purple? What are you chewing? Gum?
All right, go. All right, Louis. Got two, go to first.
Looks pretty cute.
Right by him, Louis. That's a strike.
Sorry. I didn't mean to get in front of you. Oh, that's okay. No, you
for you. I would like to first acknowledge that we have some very special people in our audience today. For those of you who don't know, we have a volunteer program at the Wheelock School. A round of applause.
Some special patriotic songs to help us remember the meaning of our flag.
take you pretty soon, don't I? Glad you guys came. Oh, there's Debbie. I gotta get Debbie in there for a minute too. Hi. This is fun. Yes.
I got seat. Need toe. Ouch.
Hi, James. Hello.
Jamie got the hots for her.
And we got a card said, where is she?
Don't go. I have to read the card. I have to read the card. Don't go. Dear Jamie, I'll miss you. When you leave, we didn't even get to talk that much. When you go, we'll write to you. We'll write to you.
Where's Jamie?
93 Plain Street, Medfield, Mass. 02052. Thanks, Samantha Altamar.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yes, I need a pencil though. They don't have it. Debbie, do you have a pencil on this paper? No, I'll never remember.
Got it on the zipper. Thank you, paper. Where are you? Red's off. You guys need to come. I can tell that.
You need to come.
Mine. Yours and John.
He's opening the presents.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It was.
I opened it.
Oh.
Who's this? Whose is this? Mine. Oh, okay.
You want to sit there? That is super.
Wait, Mom.
Jamie, that's neat.
Well, can you hold this?
Just hold it up for a second.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Listen.
What did you give him, John? From the front. I gave him a bag full of candy.
All cards.
It's like a dress.
Maybe.
I'm gonna get if they're
You'll throw it.
Oh yeah. You
Little shrink. Jamie.
Oh, that's a bug.
Oh, get the, Jamie. dive for me. Hi, cutie.
No.
Yes. What day is it, Jamie?
Hey, David, where you going?
I don't know. What's the date? You know the
No,
4th of
jumping off
July?
the board.
Yeah.
You can jump right there. Jump, jump, jump.
1, 2, 3, jump!
You gotta jump.
Woohoo!
Wait, watch this.
Jump.
Oh, that was good! JC, go under! I want to see you go under.
Here we go.
Good job!
Jump.
Good job!
Sonny, hey, Sonny, get back. You're falling, you goof.
Yeah, Jamie, throw him in so we can get him. I'm gonna
You
go.
don't like water, Sonny. Don't you remember that?
Did you get it, Case?
You gonna jump?
Kim, can you go under and get him?
Oh, good job.
You got one?
No, you can't get one without, Put your feet down, you can stand up.
Hey, Mom, how many did you find? How many did you find, Mom?
I didn't find any of my big ones.
Oh, there's Mommy.
Oh, Marty came in.
Yay, David. JC, get one. Go get one.
You wanna jump?
That's the filter
No?
there. Put him out.
I'm gonna get out though. You wanna jump, you gotta jump now. I'll throw you up and down the air.
You want to play with that, huh?
Throw it in.
Yeah, JC. Great job.
Oh, I love watermelon.
Seedless? Oh, it's great. I get it all the time now.
There's seeds in there.
Well, they're white. They're little white ones, and they don't taste.
Oh,
they don't eat them.
So what is it, just a young watermelon?
No, I think they bred a mutant there.
Huh.
It's like genetic engineering.
What?
Seedless watermelon.
David, put your hat on. There you go.
Yeah, my egg was just.
I think they should be up doing one of those dances and kicking their legs and
Say
shaking their hands.
Say that on camera.
Yeah, really.
You're right. They should.
Yeah, why don't you choreograph?
Sit down, honey. Come sit right here.
Yes.
I don't know how to
If I
do
knew
it.
how to do it, I don't know.
Yeah, really. Too many buttons.
This one?
Hey, Betsy, we got
I
some
was gonna
pictures of you
zoom
last
in.
time. I hate to tell you.
Oh, there
No,
I
not.
go.
Oh, don't do that. Yeah, don't know. But use this.
Oh,
Oh,
how is
use
it?
that.
I don't know how to. I don't know what I do.
Do it. That's
You
fine.
can do it with
No,
manual
but
zoom.
don't. This is the zoom.
The power zoom.
Okay.
There.
But nothing's happening.
Well, you
other
gotta go
way.
the other way. It should. It take.
Oh, okay, ready.
That one.
Oh.
Gotcha, Jess. Very good. Nice job. Do it again.
Yes.
Water.
He's not used to this.
All right, Doug, do something spectacular.
I don't know where.
You're on film. Yeah, come on. Okay. Wait, Kim, out of the way, honey. Oh, you blocked me, Kim. Kimberly, come this way. Oh, good one. Nice job. What are you doing down there, you two? Getting a little pumpkin seeds out. Jamie, can you go join him for a minute, please? We need good hands working in there to get the stuff out.
See, what is your problem? What takes too long?
You can in a minute. Okay. Jamie's going
going out with his friends at 6.
Did I see you pushing me off?
Good, good.
Jamie, it takes too long.
No.
My 3 pumpkins and my other 3 pumpkins. My boy pumpkins and my
It's cold
pumpkin
in there,
pumpkin.
Mom.
Hands are cold?
Yeah. Well, it's freezing in there.
An eyeball. And an eyebrow.
Mine don't have an eyebrow.
You don't have to have an eyebrow. You can have whatever you want. Oops. Now, JC wanted a happy face. I think Justin's is going to be a scary face. Is that what it is?
No. Mine's just a regular pumpkin. This is what it looks like. Get a picture of my pumpkin.
I like the face, Justin. You see?
How do I do that?
Look.
My kind of goofy stuff.
You see how it's becoming a
top
face?
one.
Yeah. Well, not until I'm
I
through
know.
carving. Oh,
What?
I cut a little too far. That's okay. I forgot how good I am at pumpkins. I'm a good pumpkin carver.
Get the piece of the top of JC's pumpkin.
Okay, now we're going to do the mouth. Get that mouth. Don't put it on my hand, Justin. Get it off my hand. Yeah.
I can't.
Come on,
It's too
get it off.
slicky.
Alright, Jace, careful. I don't want to get this knife over at you.
Can't do that anymore. My retiring is over from sticking my hands in pumpkins. Mom, what is this? What if you?
Do you want
this
us
looks
to
like an
Justin, how
apple.
about if we pick, Jamie, how about if we pick up Chris?
What?
You can talk to him in
Pick up
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
How?
He lives right next door.
Yeah.
So it'd be geeky to ask that, okay?
Here we go. Now we can see.
Cool, huh? See how it makes it kind of slimy when you got these things hanging out? Wait till you see the handle in there. We might need to use the sticks for
Let's
cool.
go.
Put the top on. He's pretty cool.
It's cool because you have to finalize the puzzle.
Yeah. Alright. Now, Justin's.
I can knock that thing in.
We're going to move this guy out of the way.
I want to see that.
Well, I can't get over there for a minute. You got to go over the other side for a minute so I can reach this guy.
Nope. Hi, Jamie.
Whoa, it's easy.
Ooh, goopy.
Look in there. Jay, go get the camera in here.
Uh-oh, close up on the
Oh, in there?
insides.
Yeah. Put it up here. It looks like an ocean. Here, come over here.
Inside the big giant pumpkin is goop. Get some of those goopies out.
Goopy.
Actually, it's not too bad, is it?
Goopy.
Yours isn't too bad.
Goopy. Goopy. Mom. Goopy.
Yuck.
Goopy. 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 Goofy. Goopy. Ugh. This one.
Are you stopped?
No.
You can stop.
And we're done carving the pumpkin.
Well, we'll get some after when we...
Yeah,
We'll get
some
them.
after.
I want to see. I want to see.
Goopy stuff.
Oh yeah, I finally recognized the pictures. When you graduate, during that picture, when you go here.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Your
how she
friends.
plays.
Jamie, you gotta turn around, honey. Barbara and Nan are here. It's November, what is it, November 20th. Jamie, turn around. He's having his concert tonight. Does he look like a grown-up guy or what?
Oh, he does.
Woo!
He called us here especially for Nan.
Yeah, he did. Santa Claus came.
I got chocolate. I got these.
Oh, those are cool. I have to get back in the tub again today. Let's see if these guys got anything for Christmas. Oh, it's too dark in here.
Look.
Oh yeah, it's too dark.
Oh, tons of it. Mama. Mama. Mama.
What?
I got tons of batteries.
Oh, that must be a hint to something. I wonder what we got.
3,
Oh, there must be something, huh?
5.
Cool. Just what you get. You get a hint in there? A hint in there?
He's got socks for years.
Socks! Oh, no. You know what? They're going to last about a month, 3 months. We lose socks real well here.
Let's see this is the class.
Plastic markers. Hey, now you won't run out of colors.
You know, we always
Markers.
don't have colors.
I have the markers.
You have
You get
them too?
markers too, yeah?
I got,
Oh yeah.
I got markers. Justin got. Oh look.
Oh yeah, there you go. The old classics.
And no. And
A Lego?
I could make this.
You can make that.
You ready then? Jamie looks ready.
1 second,
Oh
Mom.
yeah, Jamie's about ready to whip into those packages.
You're right.
Oh, wait. You gotta wait till I get you from down there. Hold on. Alright, where's JC? JC!
Big,
Merry Christmas.
fat, and wide.
Where are you, Jace? Alright, what do we see here? Well, we're missing one kid, but... Yeah, there's some presents under the tree.
Just a few. Look at that shit.
Oh, that shark thing.
Minerals and possum collection. That's cool.
Some pretty rocks.
Oh,
Jamie
look
got
at
a
this
rock.
thing.
He got that for a friend for his birthday and he wanted one, so I found it.
Ooh, I got some stuff.
Mom, what is it? Oh, a calculator thing? In case?
Yeah, with a... I think Justin might help you figure out how to do it.
JC, that's cool. At least you got a calculator.
Merry Christmas.
To you.
Put this thing in here, it tells you how to do it all.
And to
Must be
me.
an on thing somewhere. It says letters.
Casey's magic diary.
Oh, you got it on. Oh, these are, I see, it can go numbers or letters.
There's a tree. Excuse me, Justin.
See if you can figure it out.
Oh, this is what it is. Let me see it.
Here, we gotta keep this thing because it's your birthday.
This is for the shuffleboard. Shuffleboard's fun. You'd like
Yeah,
that.
I like
Shuffleboard is
I-
fun, actually. That's
not
right.
playing.
There's the hockey.
Here.
There's the hockey.
Here, let me get this, guys. Watch out.
Yeah, there's the net.
And it's not too heavy, you guys can't move it.
Yeah, checkers here.
Do you need any chalk?
Okay, wait, Jesse, I got one in. I got one in. It's stripes.
She said, let me
It's
chalk.
stripes. Don't move it.
Just let me see it. Let me chalk it.
Yeah, don't see it back in the piece of that.
JC, just let him do it one time because he hasn't had... Let him do it for a second because he hasn't had a chance.
Hey,
There's some downstairs too.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Cars. That's great. Some of those eggs you gotta open up. I want to know what's in them.
These are all
They
mine.
might have clues.
These are all mine right here.
No. Go get your.
JC, you gotta come down here.
These aren't your presents. But wait, don't touch them for a minute. Let me see. Let me see all these cute kids. These are presents for everybody else too. Everybody got presents today. Listen, because Matthew wants to open his. It's okay.
Open it, put it down.
Open your present, babe.
I don't give you any more.
That's cool.
It is.
What'd you get, David?
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Show it to the camera, Dave.
Show
Which
them.
one's mine?
This one's Matthew's.
Oh, wait. Oops. Little cars.
I got the same thing as David.
Well, look and see. Maybe you want to open them and look? Maybe the big boys can help you figure out how to, I think.
Where's the garbage? I want to put my other one.
Well, not for a minute. Everybody else
Move.
can have a chance first.
Is that yours? No.
All right, this one's for... Show you how to work. This is for Austin.
Show David how to work this. That's a P-E-N-C-I-L.
Right. Oh, he knows how to spell. You shouldn't have told. You shouldn't have told. It's not what he said, though. We kind of messed it up.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, the yo-yo. Oh, cool. I forgot what
Thank
we got.
you.
All the things we got. All right, let's see. Jamie has one somewhere here. This is Jamie's. No,
Can
that's
you
Stuart's.
open this?
JC, where's Jamie's?
Where's mine?
Jamie, that's yours.
Where's mine?
This one.
What else can I get?
Let's just. What? You didn't like this one? Do you like Play-Doh?
Yeah.
That's Play-Doh.
What else one do I get?
You got Play-Doh too. I know you
What
like
else
Play-Doh.
What else
Matthew,
do I
be quiet. Wait for a minute, please. What are you doing? He's yapping about not having enough to open. Here, Jamie, that's yours. It's not here yet. Yeah. JC, that's yours. I gotta find it. Maybe there isn't a Matthew. Evan, Austin. Now who's that one? Read the card.
Something your hockey guy.
JC, your hockey guy. Nice team.
Oh, is that from Evan?
Yeah, me, Dad, from heaven. Me,
That's right. Okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, nobody out. Let's go, Scott. It's your guy, big guy. Oh, yeah.
Ready and field. Let's go, Rockies.
There we go.
Just take a little off. Throw strike. 1, 2.
You got him, Scott.
Play catch, Scott. Play catch.
Go, baby. Go, baby. Got it. All right. Jamie, that's awesome, Jamie. Jamie, awesome. Scott, awesome. Woo! Yep.
Believe it.
It's her son.
I know, but I didn't know. Sometimes it's what?
Hey, Phil, only one guy here. That's John. Come on over here. Take time, Jamie.
All right, come on, Jamie. All right, that was up at your eyes, man. Don't swing it.
Come on,
Go,
Jamie.
big guy.
Nice job, Jamie.
Nice hit.
Tape it.
It says record. It says
Okay, get ready, guys. Let's go. One out. Get ready. Ryan. Charlie, get ready.
Whoa. Come on. Out. We just got to move. Here.
Okay.
Justin, you know how to work the zoom lens on that?
Oh, yeah.
Outside of Warsaw. It's amazing.
Here, I'll start it.
Is it lighting?
No.
Spur myself. Here, I'll do it.
No, it's fine. I can do it.
Ow! God, it's hot.
I'll do it like this too.
Yeah, because like the Zippo gets hot.
Zippo?
Yeah, that's what, like the clicker thing gets hot.
Zippo?
Okay,
No,
that's
that's
all
all
we do it.
from Mrs. Jordan.
Yeah, Zippo
Video
can go
camera.
back. Hi! Hi!
Okay. Who
Jeff.
else? We got Ted, we got Stuart, Jamie, Justin.
You don't need to light the
Jeff.
Hey, wait, check it out. Wait, Jamie,
Who else? Anybody else here? Nope.
Give me the cake, give me the cake, give me the cake, give me the cake. Give me
All
the
right.
cake.
Sing happy birthday.
Oh, it looks good.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you. Woo! You got him? Yeah. Who's in that pile of leaves? Look at, we're raking so nicely.
Now Jamie's gonna be the cameraman.
Oh, there it is. Okay, let's rake the leaves. You can be the cameraman, you know. I'm afraid he's gonna get up and throw it. I hear somebody in there. It's gonna get hot in there. All set. You wanna do it? Oh, there he is! Who was in that pile of leaves, Justin boy? Okay, we have like I'm
Sorry, Mom said I could see it. Jamie! Well, I want to see it. Can't I see it?
And we are backing up. There's James, actually. Go back in. Go back in. Look at that. He's so... There they are. Look at two lovebirds. Oh. And there's a third lovebird who can't get a date. Ah, there he is. Bye-bye.
I have the cleanest ears. Can I see it now?
Now that proves, what do you think?
Mommy, can I please see it?
Curious? You guys?
But why do you need that little red?
Uh-oh, there's the radio flyer. See the radio flyer. Uh-oh, the battery's low.
Hey.
It's like running. You gotta record now?
Hold that.
I gotta go pick up your brother. Tuesday. Peters.
Phew. There's Jamie. Oh, he's being mad. I think he's mad. There's the white. Wait, his autographs, there's his pictures, there's Northwestern thing. Oh, I just saw a little peek of him.
Now the Dolphins had 162, but they got the 10 points. No turnovers on either side, but that one with Dan Marino is going to be a controversial play.
Okay, bye. We're done with Jamie's room. Bye. Okay, we're in the bathroom. There's the toilet. Yay, I don't think you want to see that, but that's what we have. And we're gonna zoom. Let's see what's in that toilet. Let's go back. Ew, yuck. Doesn't look like urine though. There's our sink. There it is. Now there's me in the mirror. Look at me. Thank you, thank you. Hee hee ha ha ha. Yee. Okay, bye. Okay, well here's the storage room. That's where we keep all the toys. There's some crutches. Look at my wonderful shoes. Now what we need to say that. This is the storage room. Look at it. The best sign in history of life. There's a J. There's a U. There's a J and a U. There's an S. There's a T. There's an I. And there's an N. And there's an Avenue. It spells Justin Avenue. Okay, there's all the stuff. Hold on one second. Gotta shut the door. Yeah, hold on one second. Look at this. Look at it. The best room ever. And here's some good stuff. There's the trophies. There's Jason's butterfly. Who is that? Mo. It is momentum. Okay, there. And here are the autographs.
here in the second, tied at 2.
Show me some wine. Keep standing by. Just entertain me. Champagne me. Show me you love me. Kid, love me. Best way to cheer me. Cash me on me. I'm getting hungry. Peel me a grape.
Now, a coast-to-coast savings event that only comes once a year. Announcing the National Jeep Sale at your Jeep and Eagle dealer. Buy or lease a 4-wheel drive Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo with special savings. Get $500 cash back when you buy or lease Wrangler. Buy or lease 4-wheel drive Cherokee Sport and get special lease rates and cash back. So hurry in today, because while our vehicles know no limits, our sales do.
See your New England Jeep and Eagle dealer now.
First of all, let's watch the move by Dave Tippett on Huda. I don't know if that's a trip or not, but nevertheless, there's a penalty coming up right here. The number 37 for the hook. They'll get you one way or the other.
I think Straka was already on his way down.
I think this was a result of Huda's trip on Tippett, maybe.
Penguins scored on their last opportunity, ending an 0 for 23 slump. Castles doesn't want to touch it. He's offside. And play continues as Castles was able to bottle up the Penguins for a few seconds. Tocchet starts it in. It's been the Tocchet and Sanderson show scoring-wise in this game, each with 2 goals. Tocchet. It's the puck to Murphy. Francis. Mullen breaks one. He scores! And just like that, the Penguins lead 3-2.
Well, it's funny how this game goes. We keep talking about streaks. This is their second consecutive power play goal. Ronnie and Francis assisting at both of them. He's just going to slide a beautiful little pass over to Joey Mullen. You know, one-timer by Mullen will go through the legs of Frank Pietrangelo. We'll take a look at it from up above. I don't think this changed directions. This was a direct shot by Mullen. It gives the Pens a 3-2 lead. He's a BU guy and a BC guy.
Well, Mullen, who turns 36 next week, scores his 19th goal from Francis and Murphy at 18-11. Speaking of birthdays, Ronnie's is coming up. He turns the big 3-0. March 1st, here's Conroy cutting in. Going to chip it toward the net, blocked by Shel Samuelson. Bumped in there by Yake. Yake digs it loose. It's jammed along. Kiprio's hoping someone's free in front. Yager peels back to intercept. Sends it behind Tippett. Whalers back out of the zone. We're in the closing minute 15 of period 2. We sat down to talk with legendary coach Scotty Bowman, the all-time winningest coach in the history of the NHL. Before the game, we'll have that for you at the intermission, as well as the Shawmut Bank NHL scoreboard and highlights. Kiprios held up by McEachern. Yake slides it out of the zone. Peck gets to it ahead of Mark Janssens.
Pull the eye or a flick of the tongue. His way of saying hello. Artie, this is my way of saying goodbye.
It's beautiful.
Mullen. 3 Whalers back. Stevens shoved to the ice by Huda. Well, Samuelson threw it on goal. It's fumbled by Pietrangelo. He now covers 26-1 to go in the period.
You know, one of the downsides for the Whalers today is they've had an awful lot of faceoffs in their end, for one reason or the other. A lot of icings today, a lot of stoppage and plays.
They have been outshot 11-5 by the Penguins in the second period. Castles will go head-to-head with Francis here. Get premature movement by Weinrich, and they'll realign.
How many goals is that for Joey Mullen? He's up to 19. They get a chance for 8 guys with 20 goals or more.
And really the Whalers do, Jerry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got 2 right now, but there's a few on the threshold. Here's Ulf Samuelsson firing into a crowd. Everybody ducked, and it missed the net.
Defense cuts are responsible because they know how many New Hampshire paychecks are at stake. I've worked to cut taxes, reduce spending, and I fought to create jobs. Judd Gregg has fought for these very same things. He's been tested during the toughest period in our state's history. Judd's got the common sense and guts to continue the tough job that I've begun in Washington. We need Judd Gregg in the Senate, and on Tuesday, he needs our vote.
Bob Lobel, weeknights at 5, 6, and 11 on Channel 4.
From the Atlantic shores to Gulfstream Park, just a short jaunt, and coming up the world's richest race, the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic. Earlier this morning, heading off to work, the jockeys. Here's Pat Day. He's won 2 classics. He'll be on defensive play today. He was just nipped in the previous race on Sky Classic. Gary Stevens, he rides the favorite in the Classic. He'll be aboard Pleasant Tap. And Jerry Bailey has a chance to win. It's a lucky kiss. He'll be riding Sultry Song in the Classic. We're back at Gulfstream Park. Fans getting a little edgy, waiting for the Classic itself. A look at the odds. The entry, defensive play, Jalifa and Marquetry, 3-horse entry at 17-1. Kent DeSormo's Mount Rain Road at 50-1. AP Indy, the 3-year-old Belmont Stakes winner, is the 6-5 favorite. Former Derby winner Strike the Gold at 6-1. Sultry Song, 7-1. Surprisingly long odds on Sultry Song. Zoman, who just won the Budweiser International on the grass, is an 80-1 shot. Rodrigo de Triano, European champion, at 7-1. And Pleasant Tap, who opened as the morning line favorite, now is at 4-1. Well, this may be the deepest Classic field ever. You can make a case for many of the 14 in today's race. Let's take a look at some of the favorites, Halloween style.
So, since it's Halloween, let's give a costume party and invite some of the Classic horses. Pleasant Tap is at the head of the guest list, and here he comes, dressed like a bee. You know, always buzzing around. You can't get rid of him. This is his 4th different Breeders' Cup race, for goodness sakes. And sooner or later, you know he's going to sting you. A much more mature racehorse at 5, Pleasant Tap came off a 2-month vacation to finish 2nd in the Woodward. Then he applied the stinger in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Laying back off the early pace, and with the clean trip others in the race didn't get, Pleasant Tap roared to a 4.5-length decision over Strike the Gold and AP Indy, creating a buzz that has made him the Classic favorite. Trainer Chris Speckert hopes for plenty of pace today.
Well, obviously, if there's plenty of pace and the speed comes back to us, then it's going to help us tremendously, because that's the way he runs, and there's not much I can do about it.
Next to arrive at our costume party is AP Indy, dressed, of course, as a dashing race car driver and breezing in full of confidence on a full tank as America's top 3-year-old. He earned that distinction by winning the Belmont Stakes after being sidelined during the Derby and Preakness. But look what happened to him at the start of the Jockey Club Gold Cup. A wreck. When the gate opened, AP Indy bobbled, then was pinched back between horses. At one time, he trailed by 15 lengths, but with an incredible rally, he got up for 3rd. That was only his 2nd start after a 3-month layoff, and trainer Neil Drysdale thinks he will improve.
Well, I'm pleased with his condition, and I hope he's back to where he was before he had his rest.
Also invited to our party is Sultry Song, dressed up as a romantic Southern crooner. And he has had a seductive campaign with 3 Grade 1 wins at 3 different tracks. We knew he was made of stern stuff when he survived a California earthquake just after dancing his way to a 3.5-length triumph in the Hollywood Gold Cup. He crooned his way to victory in the last of those 3 Grade 1 races, Belmont's Woodward Stakes on September 19th, by taking the lead early in the 1 1/8 test and pulling away from Pleasant Tap by nearly 2 lengths. Sultry Song hit a sour note with a 4th in the Gold Cup, but he was squeezed against the rail during the stretch run and had an excuse. Next to arrive at the party is Strike the Gold, late as usual because he had to come from so far back. His costume, the tough, streetwise New Yorker, like his trainer, Nick Zito. Problem is, a lot of Strike the Gold's talk is just bluff. He rarely backs it up. After winning last year's Kentucky Derby, Strike the Gold swaggered into a prolonged losing streak. His come-from-behind style always brings him into contention, enough to win the overall American Championship Racing Series title, but he seldom wins. This was one time he backed up his tough talk, the Nassau County Handicap in the mud at Belmont, besting Pleasant Tap and Sultry Song to get up by a neck. With Gulfstream's short stretch, trainer Nick Zito hopes Strike the Gold doesn't have to come from too far back.
He's been moving a little early, and, you know, I always say he's a special horse, and maybe it sounds corny, but, you know, maybe the man upstairs is getting him closer because the turns at Gulfstream are sharper, and he's got to move quicker. Now, he has moved in front of Pleasant Tap his last start, and he's moved in front of AP Indy, believe it or not, his last start. So maybe he's going to get around those turns a little quicker than they will.
Finally, let's show our hospitality and invite a foreign visitor to the party. Here comes Rodrigo de Triano, dressed, how could it be otherwise, as a sailor with Christopher Columbus, hoping to discover great riches in the New World. And he could. Be on the lookout for this dual classic winner and European champion who has captured 4 Group 1 races this year and can get the distance. The only questions, can he handle the long journey and the unfamiliar surface? If he does, you can call him the world's best. So, who wins the prize for best costume? The ones we've mentioned? Or one of the other gate crashers in the race? We'll know before the clock strikes midnight.
So a Halloween edition of the Breeders' Cup Classic. We saw Rodrigo de Triano with Lester Piggott. Lester injured in the first race today, broken clavicle, broken ribs. He'll be replaced by Walter Swinburne on Rodrigo de Triano.
Okay, so these guys may know a little more than we do about Bud. It's the rice. It's the hops. It's the rice. But of course, we know a lot about other things. Hi, can I buy you something to drink? Yeah, like maybe a light beer? Budweiser. Or maybe you'd like a Bud.
Someday, boy, you're gonna learn from your mistakes.
It's a beautiful day here at the Maple Street 500. Here comes the Previa. There's the driver, Dan Chambers. Who's the babe? That's Mom. Look how Previa handles that curve. Rack and pinion steering, bud. Passing the lead car. Twin cam 16-valve power, dude. Way to go, Dad.
Guys.
Uh-oh. Gotta cut to a commercial. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Only Delta gives you more flights from over here to over there. Only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities from over here to over there. In fact, only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities in Europe than all these airlines combined. Delta, we love to fly, and it shows the world over.
Hey, I'm Willard Scott. It's no secret that Static Guard eliminates static cling on clothing. But did you know it also eliminates my personal static problem? Pet hair. Yep, pet hair. Look, just spray and brush. Getting rid of pet hair is quick and easy. The only thing easier would be to get rid of your pet. But who'd ever want to do that? Static Guard, the easy way to spray pet hair away.
Horses are on the track for the running of the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic. You're looking at AP Indy, who has a shot at Horse of the Year and is the likely 3-year-old colt champion. Belmont Stakes winner has earned $1,400,000, but still has not won out his $2.9 million purchase price. Owner Tomonori Suramaki named him for his leisure center and auto racetrack in Japan. Number 5 is Strike the Gold. The current owners paid nearly $1 million to buy out a partner in the 91 Kentucky Derby winner, who has a bankroll of over $3.3 million. Strike the Gold, bred by the great Calumet Farm, but sold during their financial troubles. Number 6, Sultry Song, a Live Oak Plantation homebred who could be Horse of the Year with an impressive score today. He's banked $1.5 million under the care of Pat Kelly, who learned the business from his dad, Tommy. Sultry Song, 3 important Grade 1 wins this year. Number 7 is Technology, a 3-year-old who took the Florida Derby on this Gulfstream track back in March. Technology also won the Haskell for trainer Sonny Hine, and if you believe in omens, owner Scott Savin had a hole-in-one this week in the Breeders' Cup golf outing. Number 8 is Zoman, a $300,000 Saratoga yearling purchase who is fresh from a gutty victory in the Budweiser International. Zoman is trained by Paul Cole, who saddled Ibn Bay to finish second in the 1990 Classic, like Zoman making his first start on dirt. Number 9 is Thunder Rumble, a humble New York bred who hobnobbed with the Blue Bloods when he won the historic Travers Stakes at Saratoga. But then he finished 5th in the Woodward and bled, beaten 26 lengths in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Number 10 is Rodrigo de Triano, appropriately on the 500th anniversary of the trip by Christopher Columbus to the New World. This 3-year-old colt was named for the first member of that crew to spot land. European champion, he was recently sold by Robert Sangster to Japanese interests for stud duty. Walter Swinburne replaces the injured Lester Piggott in the saddle. Number 11 is Jolie's Halo. 76-year-old Arthur Appleton patented 75 electrical inventions, but it's horses that now put a charge in his life. Millionaire Jolie's Halo has won 2 of 4 starts this year, but was badly beaten in his last effort. That was the Meadowlands Cup. And number 12 is Pleasant Tap, the top Horse of the Year candidate, the morning line favorite for this race after his convincing triumph in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. He's earned over $2 million for 82-year-old T.M. Evans, who also raced his sire, Pleasant Colony. And Pleasant Tap makes history today. He's the first horse to race on 4 consecutive Breeders' Cup programs in 4 different races. Here's what Pleasant Tap has done previously. 2nd in the sprint, 8th in the turf, 6th in the juvenile in his first Breeders' Cup appearance. Let's go out to Greg McCarron now. What about the betting favorite, AP Indy?
Tom, I'll tell you, while you watch the race, he'll be really easy to pick out. He's got a very, very unusual stride. He runs with his head real low, but he has that innate ability to know where the wire is. It almost looks like he's not even trying to run, but he gets the job done. And going back to the Jockey Club Gold Cup, Sultry Song was very, very lucky not to get hurt when he got squeezed into the rail. And I watched him train down here this week. He blew out real good for the race, and he's going to be very tough in here.
That Jockey Club Gold Cup full of trouble for Sultry Song and for AP Indy. AP Indy at the start. Let's get the thoughts of our commentators now on the Classic. Let's start with Trevor Denman. Trevor?
Well, purely from a purist point of view, that is horse racing to see which horse gets to the wire first. Let's ignore the betting part of it. This is a 2-horse race, AP Indy and Pleasant Tap. They look absolutely superb in the post parade. I'd probably lean towards AP Indy because the front runners have been doing better than the come from behind horses, which Pleasant Tap is. That's from a purist point of view. From a gambler's point of view, let's take a look at Twilight Agenda. He's going to be in the perfect spot turning for home. And what about a 50-to-1 long shot, Rain Road? That's how I see it. What about you, Jenny?
Long shots, how about 80-to-1 Jolie's Halo? Now, don't laugh. This horse has set a track record at Gulfstream Park before he got on Lasix. Throughout his last 2, he doesn't like the Meadowlands and night racing, and he had that awful stumble at the gate in the Pacific Classic. Now, if his only speed here, he could be the only speed. He's the only one that can set very fast 109 and change fractions in this kind of race. I'll take the 80-to-1. Remember, Black Tie Affair went wire to wire when there was no speed with him. I'll take the 160. Bob Newmeyer, how about you?
Well, Jen, if you take the 80-to-1 and win, you'll be taking me out to dinner tonight. I'll tell you that down here in southern Florida. But I'm here with Dan Kenny, and Dan, this is an interesting race. They're using the Jockey Club Gold Cup as the key indicator of the winner of this race. They're betting AP Indy and they're betting Pleasant Tap. But I know you have some thoughts about 3-year-olds versus older horses.
Well, the AP Indy money is a complete overreaction to the problem at the start. This year, I can't remember the last time we've gone so long without a 3-year-old winning an important race. AP Indy has not won an important race against older horses. He won the Belmont over a mediocre European horse, My Memoirs. If Rodrigo de Triano could handle the dirt, if we knew that as well as My Memoirs, he would bury this field in terms of AP Indy. I think that it's going to come down to Pleasant Tap and Sultry Song, who've been the most consistent. And Tom, John, what do you guys think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Pleasant Tap and AP Indy off the Jockey Club Gold Cup. John, what do you think?
I like Rodrigo. I think that everybody He should be called Rodney because everybody seems to be ignoring him, but this is the best horse in Europe.
But
And
we've
he's got
seen no Europeans win again. The first time in '89, no Europeans won. Here you're asking him to ship all the way over in the heat and humidity, run on dirt for the first time. Is he that good?
Well, the law of averages are for him then. You know, he certainly has the credentials. He's got a great turn of foot. He can be positioned well. He can do the job.
I love your logic. We'll have the answers to all our questions when we come back with the running of the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Let's see what Kevin left us this time.
You mean what he didn't leave us?
Hey guys, thanks for watching the place again. Sorry there's no food, but the Celica's in the garage. We need eggs. Definitely eggs. We gotta have orange juice. Freshly squeezed orange juice. Why don't we get some bacon? Make that Canadian bacon.
The Toyota Celica. Bringing home the bacon has never been so much fun.
Well, we're still at Grand Central Station. We got them lined up, and the Pitney Bowes copier is just pumping them out like a percolator.
My whole world is in this little book.
We've got all kinds of people coming up with all types of copies.
Credit cards.
Make enlargements.
My certification as a skydiver.
This is a conference on self.
Hey, handsome, how you doing?
Secrets.
Thank you.
I'm a therapist, and I've come across a lot of women who have
1,037,421 copies. The Pitney Bowes machine is still up and running, and it's running, well, it's running just like a machine.
We drove an engine 200,000 grueling miles using Mobil 1. Then we ripped it apart. What did we find? Nothing. Nothing. Virtually no engine wear. What kept these vital engine parts like new? This part. Advanced Formula Mobil 1. It keeps your engine running like new.
It's NBC Halloween Saturday. Here and now, out all night, empty nest and nurses all trapped in Halloween horror. Superstar Hammer spins his magic.
It's a Hammer Halloween.
A night so scary, Dreyfus runs away to the nurses.
He howled for you. I'm flattered.
It's NBC Halloween Saturday tonight.
The Breeders' Cup Classic is sponsored by Mobil and Mobil 1 Synthetic Motor Oil.
Gulfstream Park, Hallandale, Florida. A great afternoon of racing, now about to come to a conclusion with the $3 Million Classic. Last year, Black Tie Affair became the first wire-to-wire winner of the Classic. Rare in a mile-and-a-quarter race that starts up to shoot around the backstretch once and then to finish with a purse of $3 million on the line. Let's check the odds. AP Indy is the 2-to-1 favorite at the moment. Strike the Gold, 7-to-1 with his late charging style. Sultry Song is a 5-to-1 shot. Rodrigo de Triano, 6-to-1. And Pleasant Tap, second choice, currently at 5-to-2. Mr. Consistency, Pleasant Tap. Nick Zito, the brash New Yorker, won the Kentucky Derby with Strike the Gold in 1991. Won the American Championship Racing Series this year, but only 2 victories for his horse this year. Strike the Gold. Strike the Gold with Craig Perret up, and you remember Perret has been prominent in several Breeders' Cup days, but shut out so far today. Dr. and Mrs. John Weber, Live Oak Plantation, their horse is Sultry Song. Sultry Song appeared to be on his way to Horse of the Year with a brilliant 3 Grade 1 win campaign in midsummer, but then his loss with not the best of trips in the Jockey Club Gold Cup raised some questions. He can gain redemption with a victory here today. 4 of the Classic winners in the past have been Horse of the Year. Also interesting to note that 4 previous Classic winners had won the Kentucky Derby. That would favor Strike the Gold. There are the past champions. Black Tie Affair, wire-to-wire last year. At Belmont with that awkward mile-and-a-quarter start, unbridled with a great run. Back at Gulfstream in '89, Sunday Silence and Easy Goer, one of the classics. Ali Shiva became the all-time leading money winner with that win at Churchill Downs in '88. Ferdinand, a scintillating victory in '87. Skywalker, the upset. John Veit's train, Proud Truth at Aqueduct in '85. And the first, Wild Again at Hollywood Park. Gate Dancer and others battling down the stretch, surviving the inquiry. Wild Again got the victory. Pat Day was aboard Wild Again. He's ridden 2 Breeders' Cup Classic winners, as has Chris McCarron. The 2-horse there is Rain Road with the young rising star we mentioned earlier, Kent DeSormo. Let's check in with Greg McCarron and see if there's anything going on. These are pretty seasoned horses. I don't imagine much trouble so far, Greg.
None whatsoever, but I can tell John that Rodrigo really, really looks good. He's nice and calm, hardly broke out in any sweat at all, and he's walking up to the gate just like you'd want.
Jockeys riding a 1.25 mile race, a distance not often contested, try to save something with their horse. Do jockeys have to save a little of their energy as well?
Yeah, you know, especially for a big race like this, the adrenaline is really, really pumped. By the time you get real near the gate, you'll see a lot of the jocks take the feet out of the iron. It's for one, to settle the horse, and two, to try to relax themselves. I was talking to my brother a little while ago. He had a pair of dark goggles on, and because the sun has gone in, he's taken them off, and I've seen a couple of the other jocks have done the same.
John Veach, AP Indy continues to be the favorite, 2-1. What about 3-year-olds beating older horses?
Well, actually, 3-year-olds this time of year, they don't get that much weight concession. It's very tough, unless they're an exceptionally good 3-year-old meeting a very weak crowd of older horses. But if you've got a good 4-year-old, it's very tough for a 3-year-old to beat him.
Zoman a little reluctant to go in at 70-1, though he won his last start, the Budweiser International at Laurel. We've seen the foreign horses be reluctant to go into the gate in several of our races today, and like 1989, the European horses have not won today. Perhaps the heat and the humidity of South Florida are too much for them. The weather has already turned cool in England, France, and Ireland. Some of the horses have begun to grow their winter coat, and perhaps that's too much for them to overcome. They've been shut out so far, and this last race is on the unfamiliar dirt surface for the Europeans. Jolifa, the first 3-year-old filly